Welcome, beautiful soul. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to Strawberry Shift, where the strawberry symbolizes enthusiasm for love. And we are here at day 11 for Celebrate Compassion. I'm so happy you're here. So yesterday, day 10, we talked about the traits in the person that you are really building that muscle, that compassion muscle for, and the traits in them that are likely in you. And I know that's like so hard and awkward to look at, but it's liberating. It's liberating. I mean, this is where we're lifting that weight and we have these compassion muscles. We get those Gandhi compassion muscles that most people don't have. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, I'm assuming you're watching these videos because that's what you want. You want to be able to not have to react. You may not desire, and it may not be your life's dharma to be, let's say, a Gandhi, but how cool would it be to not ever snap at your children or your grandchildren or judge someone that you care about who's hurting? I know that that's an intention in my life. Today, day 11, is about getting curious. It's about cultivating that curiosity. If you've studied my Strawberry Shift framework, the second phrase of the framework, so the first one is tree pose, which is all about going inside. And it's meditating and contemplating and inner child work. The second one is be a bush baby, which if you look at bush babies, they are one of the most, they're so cute. They got these really big eyes and funky ears, and they're in Africa. And they're one of the most curious animals on our planet. And so I say, be a bush baby, be curious. So you don't necessarily have to use the gene keys. You can, they're a wonderful tool. I love them, obviously, but I'm going to give you some other ideas of how you can go inside and get curious about these traits. So I'm going to assume that you have some of the traits of this person who you want to have compassion for that you don't like about them. I've had clients and I've had friends say they don't like them because they're racist. And they're like, Mandy, I'm not racist. Okay, well, just write it down. Okay, you don't like them because they're racist. Got it. They don't like them because they're religious. I'm like, well, Mandy, I'm not religious at all, but they're religious. I'm like, okay, well, what is it about being religious you don't like? Or what is it about being racist that you don't like? And usually both of those, like being racist or being religious, they usually come back down. What I've noticed is to being judgmental. I'm like, okay, so another word for being racist or being religious, that it's really what you don't like, is when they're judgmental. Okay, so put judgmental. So if you notice, it's really not about someone being religious. It's really about them being judgmental. And racism is racism, but racism is a form of judgment. Now you got that word. Now you know like the root of what it really is. I mean, a great way is to meditate. Meditation is one of the greatest ways, if not the best way, to go inside and to get your body relaxed and to ask yourself, how is this inside of me? I'm ready to look. And just, even if you set a timer, I have this timer on my app and I light a candle, and you could set it even for 5 minutes, 10 minutes preferably. You simply set the intention of asking yourself, show me how this is inside me. I'm ready to look. I'm ready to see it. You could journal. You could go for a walk with no phone, no one else, and you're just going for a walk. Go for a 20-minute walk and dedicate that walk. The woman who came up with EMDR, she came up with EMDR walking. That's how she came up with it. So because it stimulates our right and our left brain. So walking, biking. So by just going for a walk, getting some fresh air, you consciously and you deliberately set the intention is, I'm going to dedicate and intend that this walk is my curious walk of looking within me about this trait of selfishness or greed or judgment or arrogance, or they're so stupid, Mandy, like I'm so intelligent and they're so stupid, right? Or whatever it is, right? Whatever it is you can't stand about this person, or they're disrespectful and you're the most polite person and they're disrespectful. So whatever it is, play with it. Now, this is another way you can get curious. Now, this takes a lot of courage. You know the friend or family member you can ask, not the safe one, but the honest one. So you can ask that honest friend, that honest family member, hey, so I'm doing this process. It's going to sound a little weird, but I'd love your help and I really mean it. I really want to know your honest answer to this question. I'm wanting to have more compassion for someone in my life, and I am having a hard time with it, and I'm doing this program. You could tell them about it, Celebrate Compassion, if you want to, and you could say part of the exercise is to ask an honest friend, I'm picking you, for feedback on do you see this quality at all in me? And you don't need to answer it right now. I invite you to contemplate it. I invite you to think about it. And it would actually be doing me a service and a kindness to be honest with me. I know you wouldn't want to hurt my feelings, and this is not about my feelings. This is about my growth. And I would use that language. This is not about my feelings. This is about my growth. Because obviously it's not going to feel good. Like if something you don't like about this person is that they're judgmental, and you're asking a friend, can you share with me an example of how I'm judgmental? It's going to be hard for that friend, but that's why you want to ask the friend that's more honest, that's used to having hard conversations. It's kind of like that friend that will tell you if you have something in your teeth. That's the friend you want to ask. Another way is to study this quality. So whatever quality it is, there are YouTube videos, you can Google, there are books on it. So whatever this quality you don't like, let's say it is racism. I know one of my favorite books is by Glennon Doyle, and she wrote a book called Untamed. She has an entire chapter on racism in that book. So if racism is one of them, and you don't think you have any racism in you, then I would challenge you to read Glennon Doyle's book, Untamed, and read her chapter on racism. Because I know for myself, I was like, oh my gosh, she went deep. And it's brutal. She shows how there's a software program that we all have within us that has been unconscious. And so if you are pointing the finger at someone else, you've got it inside you. It may not look the same and it may not be as intense, but if it's bringing up this hate, it's for a reason. It's for you to look at it. Isn't that beautiful? So I am so happy that you're here at day 11. Congratulations being here at day 11. I appreciate you being on this journey. Thank you, my friend. And I will see you at day 12.